Hey guys, welcome back to another video of What If Morgan stayed with Rick in The Walking Dead. So let's get into it. We start off by seeing Morgan, who starts shooting in the air and telling everyone to regroup. But then he'd see a crying Maggie walking over without Glenn and a stab wound in her back. Daryl asks if she's okay and where's Glenn. And then Maggie replies, he's gone. And she killed that freak show of a woman who didn't have the guts to fight fair. And Maggie would walk away, and she'd just sit down for a while. And Merle tells the group that it's best to just leave her alone for a while. Well, someone should watch over her, but not, with her. Be with her, just watch over her, but, not with her. Just keep following her and make sure she's doing fine, because she has a kid to raise. And Alden tells Merle she has a sister, right? Beth. She could look after her. But of course, not exactly with her, just, making sure she's okay, but just looking at her, following her. Basically, spying on her, but in a good way. Daryl tells the group this ain't gonna heal easy. Glenn, he's a great guy. He tried to avoid killing, but he did just get his first kill on Lydia trying to save Maggie, but then he died 5 seconds later. And in this universe, Benjamin only starts learning the Aikido from Morgan just right now, because Morgan didn't have the time to go over to the kingdom when the Savior War was going on. And Morgan would start teaching Benjamin about the Aikido and stuff. They both would train, and Morgan starts seeing potential in Benjamin, and now he, treats him like a son, even though it's not his son, it's Ezekiel's son. And then Benjamin's little brother, Henry, asks Ezekiel if he could learn how to use the Aikido too from Morgan, and he just wants to ask him. And Ezekiel would agree because he wants his sons to know how to protect this place when he's gone. And Henry would grab a Aikido-like weapon, and he'd start walking over to Morgan, and he'd ask if he can train with Benjamin as well. And Morgan happily agrees, and he sees a little bit of Dwayne in both of them, and he starts treating them like his actual sons. Of course, he doesn't, treat them exactly like his sons, because, they're someone else's kids, but, you get what I mean. He treats them like he did to Dwayne, a bit strict, but still pretty nice. And Eugene would still end up contacting Stephanie on the radio in this universe, because, this is basically, I haven't done this in any of my stories, I believe, and I just want to do it in this story because I have a lot of things that can happen in this. In this universe, there's different people going with Eugene on this adventure. Those people are going to be Eugene himself, of course, Spencer Monroe, who I haven't done much with him in this story, Yumiko, DJ, who has the tall picture, Sasha, Nicholas, and Jim. They still meet Princess, and their horses would still run off because of her shooting and stuff, because she's kind of stupid, not being rude. And they'd still be caught by the CRM guards. And, basically the same thing would happen. They're, basically kept hold, or basically, I don't know what words to use here, basically. They're basically kept captive. And we see Merle, who's looking around for Spencer, and he can't find him. And he'd just be looking everywhere for him, and he'd be asking people if he's seen Spencer. And eventually, Merle tells Morgan, because he's the leader now, because Rick's dead. And Merle would tell Morgan that basically he can't find Spencer, and some other people are missing, like Eugene and Jim, DJ, Sasha, Yumiko, Nicholas. Morgan tells Merle that they'll look for them, and Morgan would actually say he'll go look for them alone because he doesn't want anyone else dying. Merle tells him he can't go alone because that's dangerous, but Morgan says that's not your call to make. And Merle says, and it's yours? You don't have to let me come with you, but it's not your decision if I'm going. And Morgan says while he's gone, he needs people to stay at Alexandria and keep the residents safe. And Merle is a pretty strong person, and there's a lot of others that could use the strength if they get attacked by anything or a horde comes by, which is very unlikely. But Morgan's just throwing up excuses so he could go alone because he doesn't want Merle to die if anything happens on the trip, that is. Merle tells him this is the only time he's listening to this crap, and he says he'll still need to tell the others where you are or else they'll get worried about you. Morgan replies that's fine, and he just makes sure nobody else comes looking for him. And Morgan gets on his horse and he leaves Alexandria, and he'd go looking for Eugene and the others. And slowly it becomes nighttime, and it gets harder and harder for Morgan to see in the dark. And Morgan doesn't know it, but he's in danger. A walker comes from behind and he grabs Morgan, but Morgan throws him off. But then another walker comes, and then another one comes. And then eventually another one would just appear. Someone saves Morgan's life, and just like he saved hers. It's Leah, and she questions Morgan about if Dog's safe and if he's getting enough to eat. And Morgan says he's doing well at their community, and he made friends with a lot of the kids and his friend Daryl. Leah would say, that's nice, but what are you doing out here? In which Morgan would reply, he's looking for his friends. A few of them went missing last night. One's name's Eugene Porter, Spencer Monroe, DJ, Nicholas, Sasha, Yumiko, and Jim. But then from behind, Morgan gets kicked by someone in the back. But then Leah would say stop to the person. And it seems like she's friends with that person, and it's quite obvious who that person is. It's Brandon Carver. And Carver would ask if she knows this piece of crap. And Leah would reply, this piece of crap saved my life and my dog's. Morgan tells him he isn't afraid of dying, and if they want to kill him, they may gladly kill him. And Morgan would say he means no harm though, and he just wants to find his friends. Leah would say this is only fair if she can help Morgan as he saved her life, and she didn't really even save him once. She just saved him from the walkers, which Morgan could have easily taken down. And for something else, Morgan gave Leah supplies, so she ended up living. And Morgan's the only reason Leah's standing in front of him right now. So Leah says it'd only be fair if I help you just like you helped me. Carver would tell Leah he ain't helping this idiot who thinks peace is gonna get him far. And Morgan's just about had it with Carver, and he says, oh, so you're saying I'm a weak, old, pathetic idiot? And peace has gotten me further than you, got through more than you. And it's got me to survive long without a group for 6 years. And look at you, just staying behind your group's back, hoping you won't die next. So how about you shut your mouth, little boy? Leah would try to calm them both down, but then they just ignore her and they just keep on arguing. But then a guy appears, and he's with the Commonwealth, and he says, shut up and just follow him. And those three would tell him to shut up, but then Morgan takes one of them down, then starts taking down a whole bunch of them, and he just keeps on killing them, and he doesn't want to do this, but they're making him do this. And Morgan just outright demolishes them. He'd let a few of them live, as he's showing mercy, because he doesn't want to just be some violent killer. So yeah, that'll be it for today, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye!